Welcome to Microcap Explosions. This is Mariusz Skonieczny. Hope you had a time to look at Voxtur, the 11 video series that I did on my YouTube channel. Now, I wanted to bring attention to two things that are happening with Voxtur that might or might not have an impact on the company, on the share price in the near future. With that being said, just to remind you, I'm not your financial advisor, so with anything that you say, treat it as an entertainment. This is just my opinion. This is just what I'm doing, and you better do your own due diligence. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started here. I would suggest that you have a look at this article, Fannie Mae Working Papers. So this is just a short paragraph from that, and it was published on December 2nd, 2021. Barriers to entry, costs for first-time and low-income homebuyers. Fannie Mae's latest analysis on affordable housing solutions shows closing costs are a meaningful obstacle to sustainable home ownership for first-time and low-income first-time homebuyers, including Black, Hispanic homeowners. In its analysis of approximately 1.1 million home purchase loans Fannie Mae acquired in 2020, Fannie Mae found that more than 14% of low-income first-time homebuyers had closing costs equal to or exceeding their down payment. In this group of borrowers had median closing costs as a percent of purchase price equal to the median for all home buyers. Their costs would have been reduced by about $3,500, a meaningful change that would lower the barriers to home ownership. Well, then when you click on this link here, it will take you to the entire study. Now, this is a big deal because think about this. If low-income people or lower priced homes, when you're buying a home, the biggest expense is the down payment. Now, if you're on the lower end, the biggest expense is your closing costs. How ridiculous is this that your closing costs are higher than the down payment? Now, that's a major problem. And Fannie Mae is presenting this problem because there is a solution. Now, if you think that this article here is just a coincidence and it has nothing to do with Voxtur, you are probably kidding yourself. Look at this. Fannie Mae portal, VMS portal. Who is providing the valuation services for Fannie Mae? Exactly. You guessed it right. Voxtur. And apparently, Fannie and Freddie are running a pilot plant to be testing these things. So things are happening behind the scenes as evidenced by an article like this, and barely anybody is paying attention. People in real estate don't even know what is going on. And another thing that just happened yesterday, Voxtur completely closed the 20 million private placement. Okay, now what does it mean most of the time? Right before Voxtur announced the private placement last week, the stock was on the move. I mean, look at this. It was on the move. It wanted to go towards 115, 120, and then they came out with the press release. And what happens a lot with these private placements, this particular one, it was at 90 cents, okay? What happens a lot of times, which is illegal, is that the people who are able to participate in the private placement, what they do is they dump the shares in the open market and then they come in at the private placement. So think about it. The stock was at $1.15. They found out about a private placement or knew about the private placement. They started dumping shares at $1.10, $1.15, $1.05, and then they took that money and then came into the private placement at 90 cents. Now, the private placement just closed yesterday. Do you think there's going to be more of that kind of selling? No. So this kind of seller is out. So we'll see. It's an interesting setup. I'm not saying that because of this, the stock is going to go up, but I've seen it many, many times that after the private placement closes and some of that selling dries up, I've seen interesting things to happen. So anyway, have a look at the article that I told you about. Have a look at my videos if you haven't done so. And that's it for today's video. Thanks for watching.